Greetings! I'm Catherine of Sky, and I hope to make your day refreshingly Swedish. I suppose I should start out with a little bit of an intro. You might actually know me from my other channel called Catherine of Sky, and I'm a gamer. I'm a professional gamer, and that's what I've been doing for the last at least 7 years, maybe more, maybe eight almost. I don't know, a long time. And but I wanted to start an IRL channel to because a lot of people ask me, like, what is it like to move to a different country? So I was born in the U.S. and I lived most of my life there. And but when I visited Scandinavia, my heart just like felt at home. It's really hard to describe. I'm gonna go into my origin story in more detail in another video, but because I have other things to talk about today. But anyway, I just felt like at home in a way that I've never been at home in any other place in my life. And I've traveled extensively, but never felt that feeling of like, oh, I belong here. So, anyway, I am Scandinavian at heart. I am Viking. Jag är Viking. Yeah, I even have a Viking name, Catherine den Modige. My friend gave me that name, which is pretty badass. It's like the best Viking name you can have. It's pretty dang cool. But anyway, I'm an immigrant here in Sweden, and I it's a challenge. It's been the hardest project of my life moving to Sweden because of all of the logistical planning and getting things together and parting of ways and of stuff. That's hard for an American to get rid of stuff. But anyway, I'm going to talk about all kinds of stuff on this channel about Sweden in general, about history, about the cities, all the things that fascinate me about this country, because it's so funny. I just read an article in Swedish news saying Sweden is the country that spends the least amount of money on tourism, and I'm like, yeah, no joking. Like when I lived in America, I never thought about visiting Sweden. Always was like London or Paris, maybe Germany at the last kind of like, and every other country just about didn't exist. And Sweden was only known for ABBA and IKEA and the very stereotypical everybody is blonde-haired, blue-eyed and very tall and yeah. And that's about all I knew about Sweden. I kind of didn't even know where it was until I traveled there. That's pretty sad. I mean, I kind of knew it was in the northern parts of Europe, but if I had to pick between the three countries up here, between Norway, Sweden, and Finland, I probably would have gotten it wrong on a map test. Yeah, I'm ashamed to say this, but then that's the American educational system, and of course my own lack of interest in the country. But after I was invited to visit Norway by a friend, I just like, whoa, whoa, this is where I belong. I was shocked, but also excited, and from that moment, I just spent all of my energy trying to get to Scandinavia. It took 4.5 years to get my Polish citizenship. A lot of that was because of COVID. They closed the diplomatic offices for quite some time. So a lot of the document processing that had to be done by the government was severely delayed. Um, but I got here. I got here. I'm legal. It's great. And I love being here. I've also realized my lifelong dream of living near the sea, which is also very important to me. That's another story for another time. But yeah, anyway, so that's a little bit about me. Also, I have 24/7 migraines, which are not recommended. And I have other more gamerly defined diseases like neuropathy, which makes my hands feel like they're on fire most of the time. But yeah, there's no mitigation right now. I'm trying to find better treatment in Sweden because in the US they really didn't have anything to offer me. as far as migraine treatments. I mean, I've tried everything. Basically, there are a lot of treatments, but I've tried them all, and none of them have worked um, very well. There's one that sort of worked, but it's very hit or miss. And so they're trying new things with me now here. I finally got to see a neurologist a couple months ago. And anyway, so yeah, that's not great. But um, I I am enjoying living here otherwise. Yeah, so that's why I became a YouTuber basically, because with having migraines 24/7, the pain level is not ideal, and I couldn't do my other job where I was used to be a craftsman. I used to be a woodworker, and 1 millisecond of inattention can cause your death. And that is not an exaggeration. That is the absolute truth. Any craftsman will tell you that. You can die. So I thought that was unsafe. So I decided to, well, I didn't decide to become a YouTuber. It came upon me accidentally, actually. I had been out of work for quite a while, and I was playing with a friend games. And he was like, he actually introduced me to, no, I was playing Factorio already. And then he was like, hey, you want to play some multiplayer and record it? And I'm like, no, I hate the sound of my own voice. No. But he's like, no, it's fine. It'll be fine. And I'm like, okay. And so I hated my own voice, the sound of my own voice for a very long time, which is why I started off a plan of never editing my videos, because I couldn't stand to hear my own voice. And then eventually I could stand it. But I learned how to record a lot better. So I made fewer mistakes to where I feel like a Let's Play is a Let's Play, you know? You want to see all the action? You got all the action. So anyway, yeah. So that's the job that I can do, which is good because a lot of things make pain worse, including being around people, which kind of excludes almost every every job, especially jobs around the public, like, being a clerk in a shop, for example, that kind of thing. But I need a more creative job than that in any case. So anyway, that's kind of about me and my job, sort of. And if you want to help support me, because YouTube is my full-time job, even though this channel is brand new, I have been established for, like I said, like 7 years, maybe 8 years, doing what I do. And there's a Patreon link, or you can subscribe to YouTube memberships. I don't know if it's active on this channel yet, but yeah, you can go over to my gaming channel, which is linked in the description or on the main channel page. There's a couple of like featured channels. It's down there. And I also write children's books and illustrate them. I started that project last year. That was kind of interesting. They're about seeing the world through my cat's eyes. Like because it occurred to me that children are quite similar to animals, like little animals. There's this kind of imperfect communication, the endless curiosity in how they're smaller than adults and how they see things and how they don't understand things the way that adults do. So anyway, those are cool. And I have a website for that as well. I really need to look at that, update it again. I don't know. With the move. So I moved here in November, and oh God, it's been so many things. Building up to the move, there was the actual moving, packing and getting rid of stuff and trying to organize things and get my mom moved to a different place because I couldn't leave her in the US alone. She had had a stroke by that time, so I needed to move her into like not a nursing home, but what they call independent living, where basically they check on her once a day, and then they make sure she's still alive, but she has to do all her own, feeding, grooming, all that kind of stuff. Though they do cook food in the dining room 3 times a day for her, or did cook for her. And so all of that had to happen, and getting all the moving stuff organized. Oh my God. And making sure I had all the legal stuff. Getting. Oh. Something happened with my blinds. I just had a big gust of wind. Anyway, and then getting the cats going on because I brought my cats from the US because my cats are family. I was not going to leave them. And and just getting everything here and making sure everything was sorted. Um, and there were all kinds of other stressors as well during that time, not to mention trying to run my YouTube channel and make money, because money kind of allows you to have things like, a home, electricity, internet, all those kind of nice things. Got to have nice things, like internet. So, um, anyway, but where was I going with this? Uh, I don't know. It was hard. And then in January, my mom died, and that was not ideal. And I had to go back for her, to take care of her final things. And I'm still dealing with lawyer things. And yeah, I don't know. It's been a busy time and hard to keep up with YouTube and stuff like that. It's not as simple as just playing a game. I always practice games before I play them, and so that takes a lot of time and minding Discord and participating and talking to people and answering comments and all of that kind of stuff. It brings like a 16 to 18 hour work day, which is like more than most people work in 2 days. So yeah, it's a lot of work. Um, but anyway, I'm hoping to show you some different things. People always ask me what it's like to move. How does one adjust? How do you deal with stuff? And I've been through a lot of bureaucratic stuff here, that I need to share with people. And I also want to show people how great Sweden is, because they're not spending enough on advertising. So I'll do it for free. I want to be your ambassador to Sweden because I don't know, I love it. I've decided to become an expert on Stockholm, which when my feet are better, I've had some foot issues and surgery a few weeks ago, and they're healing better. But I haven't been able to walk, and I love to walk around Stockholm and just discover it, like without using Google Maps, just walk. Do it like the old time people did and find landmarks and just explore. Like delete the fog of war, like in real life. It's cool. I always admired this guy on Time Team called Stuart. He was the guy who looked at the lumps and bumps in the land and tried to figure out the archaeology. And oh my God, he was good. He could just like tell, yes, there was a barrow over there, or there was like a housing thing over here with a little field and this and that. And so it was kind of cool. I always admired that skill. And so I thought, I wanna have that kind of knowledge about Stockholm, because I have been to many cities in my life, and I feel like Stockholm is the most beautiful I've ever seen. And it's very cozy as well. It fits me very well. I love it. Now, I don't live in the city of Stockholm because it's very expensive, but I live on what's called the Pendeltåg, which is the commuter rail line. And I live in one of the cities on the commuter line, and so it's very easy for me to get there. I don't own a car. I decided that what they wanted to charge me for parking in my building, my apartment building, it was too expensive. So I'm not going to pay that. So so I didn't buy a car. But it's okay because they have every kind of transportation here, with, the what do they call it? It's just like a universal ticket, like a transportation ticket. And with one $4 ticket, you can, I think it's like 85 minutes you get to either 85 or 75 minutes to go on trains, not taxis, trains, buses, public water boats, water boats. Jesus, come on, brain, dude, do better. Trams, anything that's public transportation. You can use that $4 ticket within 75 minutes to go anywhere you want, that's a long time. So yeah, it's pretty cool. So anyway, it's very cheap and it's very accessible. And God, I am saying everything that I didn't mean to say today, but I hope it's interesting anyway. But yeah, I want to tell you about stuff here, and I've got a lot of topics. I have been writing scripts for the past week or so. Oh, and so many different videos. And I'm sorry to give you a vlog today. I feel like it's lazy content, but it is important content because I think people are also interested in what I'm doing and stuff. But I am working on those videos. They just take a lot of editing. And right now, I had a stream yesterday and was not able to do any kind of other projects. I was just exhausted after a 5-hour stream. And so I wanted to kind of just share this with you instead and have something for you to look at on the channel and hopefully tune back in for more. But yeah, I just wrote a script about the differences in homes between the US and Sweden, and I have so many items it may end up turning into like 2 or 3 videos depending on how long it is, because I want to make those kind of videos like very bite-sized, like maybe 10 minutes each or something, that kind of a length. I feel like that would be appropriate. And yeah, and I hope you enjoy it. And I hope you share them with your friends as well, because I feel like having this perspective of being a noob in a new country is kind of valuable. When I watch gamers, I like to watch noobs do this. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people have loved to see Dark Souls blind playthroughs. I mean, that's kind of what I'm doing right now. I'm trying to learn a new language. I'm trying to navigate bureaucracy. That is a big boss right there, you know, and do all kinds of other stuff in a different country. And a lot of it is really hard, but that's okay, you know, because I'm leveling up as I go. I'm gaining XP. I got a big sword. No problem. No problem, she says. It'll be fine, she says. It's scary at times, but it's very rewarding, and I wouldn't trade it for anything. So yeah. Anyway, anyway, personally, my feet are doing better since I had the surgery, so I'm hoping we just have a few weeks left. My nurse says a couple more weeks, maybe. She doesn't like to estimate, but I made her give me an estimate last time because my feet were healing, have been healing very quickly, and now it's getting much better. But some of that feels a bit random because one foot had the surgery make a major change. So I'm not surprised that that one's healing faster. But the other foot had no change in the surgery. And that one is also healing faster. So I'm not sure why that's happening. That seems very strange to me. But that's okay. I'm going to take it. I'm not going to look the gift horse in the mouth. We're just going to pat that horse on the head and give it an apple. Let's just do that instead. Or maybe a carrot. I don't know. I guess they would like both, right? They're both kind of sweet. I should ask somebody. All right, if anybody out there has horses, let me know. Do your horses like apples or carrots better? Or maybe it depends on the horse. Maybe. I know my cats are particular. They are in jail at the moment. They're over there in their catarium. I need to get a camera for the catarium. They are... Eleonora, poor thing, is sitting right by the glass door and looking at me very sorrowfully and meowing, though I can't hear her because the glass door is quite effective. But I had to lock them in so that I can open the windows fully to get some cool air in my apartment because I don't have very good circulation in the apartment. There's no ducts. How does this work? But anyway, I need to get that circulation going on because the center room, the living room, is really hot, and I don't deal well with heat at all. So, yeah, there is that. Anyway, yeah, things are going okay. And I want to bring you new content very soon. Within the week, I'll have some, a properly edited video and stuff. And I came up with this hilarious concept for a video, but I don't want to publish that one right away. I'll do a couple more other videos and see what you think. As always, I'm looking for your feedback. Let me know what you want to see. I'm planning on doing comparison videos, but also videos about Sweden itself, like the different cities on the Pendeltåg and further, perhaps. Videos about history of Sweden, especially naval history, really interests me. Maybe I can find a couple of castles around here as well that I can film. I'll see how that goes, and yeah, could be kind of cool because I thought only England has castles, like back in the day, of course, when I was young. And then I discovered, oh my God, France has castles, woo, and Germany, but like no other European places have castles. Yeah. So anyway. Sweden does. I know it does. And palaces and great houses and things like that. I don't know how accessible they are, but I will try to find out, and I'm sure I can get there. Yeah. So, also, I want to do a video on the white nights that we have. They're almost white nights. We have right now about 2 hours of darkness at night, which to me feels very normal. I feel like that's the normal way of being, even though I grew up with around the same amount of light as dark hours. I mean, yeah, in the summer you have a couple more daylight hours, but here it's very different. And on June 21st, the solstice, summer solstice, it will be the shortest amount of darkness at night. You know, they have all these things. You can see the auroras this week. And I'm like, no, you can't. Not in Stockholm, you can't, because it's too light outside. You can't see them anymore. So that's sad. But everybody else can. So look out your windows. And if you can't see them, try taking a photograph toward the north sky, because sometimes cameras can pick up the traces of auroras better than our human eyes can see. And just a regular phone camera works. I had somebody tell me, "Oh, you have to have specialized equipment to capture an aurora." No, you don't. No, you don't. Boyfriend once showed me a video of an aurora he took near Uppsala, which is north of Stockholm, and it's just from his phone camera. So yeah, you can take it with a regular camera. It's fine. Anyway, I feel like I've rambled on and on. Let me know if there's anything particular you want to see on the channel, because it does take a while to write a script and all of that stuff. But I have a lot of ideas, and I'm really looking forward to sharing stuff with you. So anyway, thank you so very much for joining me. I will see you soon. Take care of yourselves and each other, and I'll see you soon.
Vabbè, che fai? Vai, vai, vai. Alla